I wanna die, no not literally, fuck, just wanna cry. Cause I hate the way I look, I'll realign my spine and hide inside the baseline. Anything I can do to feel unalive. Is it really easy?
Passive income. Everyone's been on the wave since 2020, wanting to get any source of income into their bank account without the means of putting any extra work or hard work into it. Now, this is coming to the forms of real estate renting or just any subscription-based course or just anything. Now, it's created a lot of wealthy individuals, but on the latter end, a lot of people are paying out of pocket every single month to use certain products to which they do not own. For example, renting has just skyrocketed through the roof over the last few years. More and more people are renting their houses as opposed to taking out mortgages. On the latter end, certain products or services have moved over to a subscription-based payment option in the sense of you don't own the software or product anymore. You pay a smaller amount every single month and you get to use it for that time being. Now, if you stop paying, you stop using the product. Similar to if you were to stop paying rent on your house, you get evicted. Now, moving into the latter end of passive outcome or subscriptions or whatever you want to call it, it's been plaguing this country in the last couple of years or so. June of 2020, when everyone was distracted with the riots going on, people weren't aware that Klaus Schwab, aka the head guy at the World Economic Forum, came out and proposed this idea of the Great Reset. Now, part of that Great Reset, they predicted that by 2030, you will own nothing and be happy, which honestly is coming that way for a majority of people. More and more people are willing to rent the fancy studio apartment than live below their means by entering either the military or just finding a way to just house hack with friends. It's become more and more increasingly difficult to own things outright in the last few years or so. And I could go on to a tangent about how Blackstone and all these large investment firms are owning a large portion of single-family real estate, but that's a topic for another time. Now, when it comes to subscription-based services, it's going to keep you into a lower financial bracket in terms of each month, you're going to get trapped into the rat race by constantly spending fees on certain subscriptions or memberships or everything. It's going to add up to the point to where your salary or your paycheck every single month is just enough to get by. And to be completely honest, the higher up corporations have done a great job at hiding this, or at least taking an inch every single time to make it seem very, very gradual, like a very gradual change. But it wasn't until last year where BMW came out and said, hey, if you want to use the heated seats in your vehicle, it's going to cost you $18 a month. Absolutely absurd. You see, there's a term, you're given an inch, don't take a mile. Yeah, these big companies, they've been taking an inch, and we haven't noticed, the lower individuals have not noticed, but in this case, BMW took a mile, and people were not happy. In fact, BMW actually retracted that initial statement of the subscription-based heated seats to where they halted that process altogether. Now, it makes you wonder, by 2030, do you really think you're going to own the stuff that you have in your every single day life? It's getting grimly close to the point that is just not going to be the case. And I want to make this video a pretty quick one in terms of stop buying subscription-based services unless you absolutely need it. Now, for example, the gym, or maybe even insurance and obviously taxes. Those are things that you're probably going to have to pay for a long time, even your cell phone bill, whatever. But streaming services like Disney Plus, Hulu, even paying for heated seats in your car, or just stupid stuff that you don't need. For example, Amazon Prime, if you don't need that, why do you have it? Costco, if you don't need it, why do you have it? You got to be very conscientious with where your money is going in terms of you are so obsessed with passive income, creating that company, getting a monthly flow of cash to where you don't have to work. You could retire by the age of 30, but you're not paying attention to where your money's going to right now. So you don't need the fancy car. You don't need any of this stuff. Consumerism has essentially destroyed the minds of Gen Z and also millennials, and also just for the rest of America for that fact. You just got to downgrade and realize what's essential and what's not. Now, of course, there are other apps such as Rocket Money, which I've heard tells you what you're subscribed to based on your bank account and recurring payments. You can cancel the subscriptions, which is very helpful, but this is more so just a video to raise awareness of where your money's going, because by 2030, you'll own nothing and be happy. It's coming grimly close, so pay attention. Thank you.
Strive to remove me from the book. Blood intertwined, our virality mistook. I'll realign my spine and hide inside